Big Poppa T-Mo here. We are back to playing some No Man's Sky. And we are currently in our freighter. What we are going to do is we're going to switch ships. And then going to jump into Planter. And the reason we're going to jump into Planter is I have a whole bunch of stuff that I just picked up from the new base that I just did in the last stream. And we were doing a little base building yesterday, and I believe we're just going to kind of continue on with that theme. So I need to go figure out which one of my baller haulers is my Planter. There she is. Let's see how she's doing on... Oh, she is not doing too hot on inventory space. So we are going to have to shift a few things over to our regular inventory. And then we've got a whole bunch of frost crystal that we picked up for glass. So we will shift a lot of this over. As we all know, we always need frost crystal for glass. Alright, we have run out of space for that. So let's go ahead back on over here. And what can we pull out of here? We can take some pyrite and we will put that in our inventory. We will also take the uranium, make a little bit of room. And that's about all we're going to be able to do. So let's see what else we can shift on over here. Got a little bit of star bulb, we can send some of that on over. Some cactus flesh we can send on over. Needed some copperite. Copperite is always useful. And then we will get the rest of this frost crystal out. We're going to put just a little bit of it on the freighter. Not really my preferred place to put it, but it'll have to do. It'll have to do. Now bear with me, I'm going to do just a little bit of ruthless self-promotion here. Post that I have gone live. Just posting up on my favorite Discord channels here. Sorry for the loud tappy tappies of the keyboard. I don't have one of those really fancy don't have one of those fancy silent keyboards. Don't know if I'm actually allowed to post on that one. We'll have to check. I believe I can. Go ahead and pop that one on up there, and then I will go ahead and head on back on in here. So what's everybody up to? It is currently 10:37 p.m. on a Saturday. Wow, losing track of my days. I was not expecting to have as much time today to stream. I was chilling out watching Sword stream earlier, and he wrapped his up a little bit earlier than anticipated. He's going to be spending some time at Mrs. Sword. We will allow him to do that because everybody needs some time with their spouse every once in a while. We're going to move these on over to Bubbles for the moment, just to clear up some inventory space. Go ahead and jump on out of Bubbles. Actually, how much space does she have? She does not have very much space available. Let's check out Builder. You might have noticed I have kind of a fondness for the baller haulers here. Alright, and in Builder we've got some glass, some silver, Why do we have so much silver on her? I do not know. We are going to shift some of this silver to the freighter because we do not need it on our builder ship. What we really ought to do is gather up some more ferrite dust and some other building supplies. So I believe we will take builder here to the local space station. I don't really have a plan of attack. As I was saying, I was not expecting to have... Oh, I hate it when I do that. I got sucked right back in. Hey, KJ, how you doing tonight? I was just watching your last video there. The microphone sounds so much better. I'm glad you got your audio issues taken care of. Alright, we need to get a little bit of distance away from that ship so that I don't get sucked right back in again. Horrible, horrible thing. Still trying to complete that thought. Apologies. My, one of my daughters is in the local high school band, and they had competition today. They took first place, so congratulations, Shannon and the Greater Johnstown School District High School Band for taking first place in their competition. But they are 2 hours away, and they were planning on being back at 11:45 this evening, and it turns out they're not going to leave the site until about 11 o'clock. They still have not left yet, so I get some extra time. I will be sure to pass that along, KJ. She will appreciate that. She's actually started to develop kind of a fondness for when I watch streams on the big TV. She has run out of things to watch on TV. I don't know how one does that in this day and age, but I guess when you are a 14-year-old girl, it's not that hard to watch everything that they have to offer. She is a SVU binge watcher, and I have seen just about every episode of SVU. Right on. I guess it is band competition kind of season. 'Tis that time of year again. We are spending some time in UAS space tonight. We are currently in the Limos system. I'll go ahead and show you where we are at. We are in UAS 1-26 Limos. We are spending some time on Phenor, Pelennor, and Thalanor. Those are the names of the planets that I have given these. If you're not familiar with the UAS, please swing on by. I guess you're going to need to go to Xaine's World Discord. I believe I have a link to Xaine's World stuff down below. I'll have to check. I'll probably add a card later on for that one. But I would definitely suggest you swing on by and take a look. UAS, or Union of Allied Systems, is Xaine's World's civilization that he's putting together with a bunch of help from a bunch of other people. We are going around building bases, making depots, just making it generally easy for everybody to go around and get the materials that they need to build whatever they need. Sword was making a base earlier tonight. He's doing fungal mold on that one. This one is my Nip base. It's got a little bit of everything. It's mainly solar vine outside, and I'm free planting the solar vine outdoors. There are some predators near that base, so if you do swing by, be careful. They will come out and bite you in the butt. I'm going to grab some magnetized ferrite while I'm here. I was expecting a little bit more ferrite dust. I'm a little disappointed. I guess my system is not wealthy. No, we are only balanced. So we may have to go find a higher supply system real quick. Now in doing this, I may actually jump out of UAS space, which would not surprise me. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to my fungal mold base. This is my own personal one. When I say personal ones, these are the ones that I don't really broadcast their locations. I just use them as a farming location so that I can gather materials and then stock the depots that we provide for the UAS. That way I don't have to go back and remove materials from a base or a depot that we've provided to the general public. Wouldn't want to tell somebody that they can go someplace and get something and there's not anything there for them to get. And KJ, when you finally make it back here to Euclid, that nip-nip bud is just sitting there waiting for you. It is in the generic depot location. I posted the address on Discord. Well, you were saying that you didn't have any nip-nip planted on any of your systems, and we just can't have that. Can't have that at all. Now, as you'll be able to tell with these bases, this is a very, very basic prefab base. There's nothing spectacular about it. It's really just a destination location. I do this so that I have an indoor portal and a refiner so that I can pop in here and use that anytime I want. Oop, tried to move off of that a little too fast. Yeah, you can't have that crew crashing the freighter into the stations. The Sentinels don't like that. They don't appreciate that at all. And I believe I needed more gold. I don't know why, though. What was I doing with gold? Honestly, I don't remember what I was doing with gold. We're going to shift all this over to the starship where it belongs. Alright, if I only have room for 50 in there, I'll put that in there, and then no room for it in the starship. Alright, so we have pretty much filled that out. See, now I'm curious, what was I making with gold? I was making mind control devices because I just moved a bunch of sodium diode over to the other ship. Now this planet is my ammonia and fungal mold. I'm going to come over here and grab my ammonia real quick. That's normally all I ever use it for too, is doing some basic build outs on the freighter. But I finally started to get the blueprints for the frigate mission upgrades. I'm having the hardest time with these autonomous miners. Either they won't click on them, or they will change the perspective, or heaven forbid, they're all giving me copper. These are the quirkiest things in this game, I believe. But I still love the fact that you can drop a couple of them down and come back and kind of play Russian roulette with what you're going to get. It's always fun. It's always worth 50 condensed carbon. Condensed carbon is so common in this game. All you have to do is know how to find it. I did not position myself very well for that one. Still running around in first person, even though this is not my preferred viewpoint. But it is definitely much more convenient for gathering resources. And building, for that matter. Third person just gives you so many twitchies. But I have not quite mastered the speed of the PS4 controller for this. I'll get it eventually. It's even worse when I'm inside the freighter at the hydroponics trays because I always end up clicking on the hydroponics tray. Alrighty, let's move over to this side of this section. There we go. That is the big benefit of the biodomes. There is that lovely sweet spot circle in the middle that you could just sit there and rotate on. But I really was not trying to build a bunch of biodomes for something I can plant outside for free. Let's gather up some more fungal mold from over here. Really just grabbing this in preparation for Sword if he needs some additional materials to plant out that base. I would imagine he's got plenty of places to farm this himself. He's kind of crafty that way and doesn't like to ask for help. But I have really taken a shine to his design on bases, so I've been trying to pay attention to the way that he does that. Finish gathering these up and then I will catch up on chat in just 1 second. So bear with me. These last two just don't want to get it. Should have done these in the proper lines, but I was in a little bit of a rush, and I don't know why. Alright. The atmosphere harvester is going to give me fits. Grab a little bit of nitrogen while I'm here. Don't have the O2 harvesters here. I don't know why I didn't do that, and then I need to go to a space station. That's what I really need to do. Let's go to the all-well station real quick. Alrighty, let's get caught up on chat. Yeah, I tend to harvest a bunch of stuff and stick it away in containers as well. What I've been trying to do is fill up the planter ship with the base pieces for like the frostwort or the selenium or the star bulbs, the star brambles, and then I will keep the necessary mineral in storage and basically just pick those up before I go anywhere. So like if I need phosphorus for the selenium, I'll grab a bunch of that before I go. There we go. That's a little bit better of a amount of ferrite dust. Grab this real quick. And then I might need to go back and grab bubbles, actually, now that I think about it, because I believe I put all the glass building material on her. Yes, I did. No, that was my inventory. No, I have glass here. Okay, that's fine. So what we're actually going to do on this one, need to check to see what stations I have, what bases. Alright, phosphorus, solar vine. I wish it would tell me which one was in this system. That would be super, super helpful. So the generic depot Nip Nip one is the one that I did with cactus flesh, gamma root. It's got a little bit of everything, honestly. It's got a little bit of everything. So, but I wanted to put a little bit of Nip Nip in there for those people that don't yet have the Nip Nip bud. It took me quite a few barterings before I got my first couple of them. And I've been slowly but surely building up my stockpile. Alright. An ancient ruin. Do I not have a base in this system? I thought for sure I had a base in the whole well system. What I really do need is I need a base on a pyrite planet. So I need to figure out which one of these I would like to do. And actually, let me switch to first person in the ship so I can see where the planets are. I got that one there. That's tier. What do we have over here? Ocean. Well, that's a frost planet. Alright, so we have 2 deserts. Let's go ahead and head on down to tier. That's true. That is true. Alright, now of course this is where I want to be in third person on the ship. I should probably also search for a trading post. They're always convenient to have around. And what do we have here? We may have to do a smash and grab real quick. Exactly. Well, a lot of people don't take the time to go through the base quests. They just kind of want to force their way through. Oh, this is an abandoned building. Guess we won't be doing a smash and grab here, but we can go inside and see what we got going on. It might be something of use. I don't believe I have a quest to kill monstrosities. I should check that real quick. So used to walking in that door and getting smacked by the lasher vine. I really should be reading that, but I'm not going to. Alright, got a little nanite cluster action going on. I was thinking this was a manufacturing facility in my ignorance. I was not paying enough attention, so apologies for that. I was going to do a smash and grab, but no such luck. Now I would like to be a little bit closer to that trading post before dropping a base down, so I'm going to break atmosphere for a second and do a little slingshot around the planet. Hey Meridius, how are you doing? You are always welcome to lurk. I do it all the time myself. I found some of the best streams are the streams that they don't know that I'm there. Just ate cream cheese and chicken? Right on, right on. We did tortilla pizzas for dinner tonight. It was kind of a make your own. And with my sleep schedule the way that it is, I didn't actually get a chance to go to bed until about 1 o'clock this afternoon, so I woke up a little over 2 hours ago, and had to make my own, which is really no big deal. I'm perfectly capable of cooking. That's nothing special, but basically just took 2 tortillas, put some pizza sauce between them, some cheese and some pepperoni, and put them in a little frying pan. Tested them up. They were real good for a cheap, quick, and easy dinner. What do we got in the way of ships? Ooh, that's a neat looking one. Little shuttle, little fighter. Not the biggest, but I do like the design, especially with those little offset turrets. We have a little shuttle over there. Everything's C-class. What do you mean by test stuff, KJ? Did I talk to the liquidator? I probably did. Well, since I'm already talking to this guy, I might as well barter with him. Got a little Gek relic. That's not going to do me any good. My reputation should be high enough. Meridius, if you're looking for the dark planets, go to the you'll tend to find them in the dead systems a lot better, and then look for like a dark red star. Excuse me. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. I think I'm going to open the trading vault. Sure, why not? I definitely do not want that little piece of crap. No. Put that away. Oh, my standing with the Viking has decreased. Oh, darn. Guys, whatever shall I do? My Viking rep dropped. Ooh, finally learned the word for dead. Awesome. Alright, I have done a fair bit of scanning on this planet already. There's a nice pyrite deposit right there. So, I believe... I'm gonna... Oh, I'm surprised I didn't take fall damage on that. Yes, sorry, Uncharted Systems. Something that doesn't have a space station where the star is dying. That's when you find the dark red stars and stuff like that. They tend to be what I would call a dying system. That is a nice big pyrite deposit. Got some big bouncies going on up here. Ooh, got a new one. Oh, he's a quick little booger too. There we go. Behavior, hasty. Yes, I would have to agree. I would have to agree that that one is hasty. Alright, so where was my pyrite deposit? I gotta get out of first person. This is driving me nuts. There we go. Okay, so there's my pyrite right there. So I believe... and drop a base computer. Put that right there. This is not going to nearly be as cool as Swords. He's much better at this than I am. Yeah, the GTT will still work. You'll still be able to get some resources, but without an economy to speak of, the amounts won't be all that spectacular. Alrighty. Get into metal components. I was hoping that it would let me build right off the top of that, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So we're going to start that right there. This is where I should in fact be in first person. Building is so much easier in first person, I will give it that. Now, one thing that Sword does, he tends to do his almost exclusively as floaters. Although that last one he did put the landing pads down on the ground. I always have a way down to the bottom so that I can get to my autonomous miners. Alright. Need one more row there. Nope, that was a mistake. Alright, now I do need to see something because he was using those. And then everything was just snapping right too. Oh, well, there's the first problem I'm gonna have. Gotta call the ship over so I can get some glass. So what I'm gonna do temporarily, I think I'm gonna put a little landing pad over here just for now. Of course, I have none of the items required for a landing pad. Yep, this is not going the way that I planned. I was not really, in all honesty, I was not really planning on doing a base build tonight. I wasn't planning on streaming tonight, but so be it. I did want to see if I could do this though. Will it snap a cuboid rim to the other side of that? No, it will not. Getting lost within my own buildings. Make my own little ATM office down here for now. Don't even have any microprocessors on me. Well, you know, there is conveniently a trading post right there. It does help. It's actually helped me an awful lot because I was horrible about base builds. I did everything prefab before. Where would I put the container, KJ? Onto the door? Or just on the platform? I'm normally much better prepared for these builds. Okay, I needed some metal plating. And I need some ion batteries. Alright, that should be good enough for that. Yeah, the cuboid will snap to the container. What I really could have done and what I should have done is I should have just put that cuboid up on the main platform, which is normally where I leave them. I make little ATM rooms because I don't like glitching. I don't like glitching things in, and honestly, I haven't figured out how to do the best glitch yet. So instead of glitching things out like that, I'll come all the way up here and put a little cube in one of these corners. Make like a little ATM box. Alright, so what I was doing is I'll put a cuboid room, just a plain old cube, like so. And then I'll pop a door into it, and then I'll put a ramp to it. And then I've been putting my galactic trade terminals right there. So now when you walk in, there's always these little ATM boxes. Now the whole point of this was to actually get the landing pad in here for now. So I do need to delete this. Now this is, of course, temporary. I'm not going to want to leave it here the whole time. Ha! Of course I don't have the nav data with me. It's on another ship. Let's go ahead and delete that real quick, and then we will go get the ship and bring it over. What I found, I was doing a base build on an extreme planet. I was trying to get my souls up for the Polo quest. I had to get, was it 20 souls for robust or whatever it was. So I was doing a base build on one of my freezing worlds. And for some odd reason with these big glass builds like this, anytime the... Oh, shoot. Almost broke my legs there. Anytime the extreme storms were coming through, the blizzards, the transition between the blizzard and the nighttime temperature on the planet was actually causing my life support to go down while I was in the big glass building. It was just hitting it for a little bit, but ever so slowly. And what I wanted to do was leave the game running, because to get 20 consecutive souls is 5 hours. That's a decent amount of playtime. Just smack into the trading post there. And I didn't really have 5 hours to do it, so I got the game running. I was playing for a little while, and then oh, somebody's landing on my pad. Lovely. I totally forgot about that too. I'm going to be taking traffic away from the trading post. I'm just going to boom. That's awesome. Just totally crushed that little shuttle. I couldn't, well, I could call the ship to me, but I wanted it on the pad. And instead of wasting the very little bit of launch fuel. I'm cheap. I'm cheap. How Sword is getting the container into what? Into the buildings? Oh, snap. That was close. Poor little crush shuttle. That's pretty funny. Okay. Of course, I went the very, very longest way possible to the glass wall. Oh, my ATM box might be in the way. Yep, gonna have to move that one. There are a couple things that Sword was doing on every one of his bases that I really, really liked. Like the, oh shoot. Stupid PS4. He puts the summoning station for the exocraft on the roof, so it looks like it's got this giant radar dish on top of it. I thought that was actually kind of cool, so I've adopted that in all of my builds as well. Oh my goodness. I'm having a horrible time with these out of place things. Trying to move too fast is what it is. But yeah, once you do a couple of these, they start to become second nature on how to do them. And I was talking the other day when I was doing the stream that I was thinking about putting a second level up on top of these and having my landing pads attached off of that. I tried it on one of them. It did not work out as well as I thought it would. So I have nixed that idea. Okay, then what I really like is that these glass panels are only ferrite dust. They don't take glass, but you get the look of glass. Alright, so I got all those up there, so now we are secured from the weather. What I have not yet figured out how to do properly was what he did in the last video. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Then he was actually putting up walls. So you put a wall at the end of the 6th, and then a wall on the 4th on both sides. And then he was doing sorry, I was looking over at chat real quick. Oh, okay. Shows you what I know. I didn't know that those would go on without a door previously attached. So what I was doing, I'll show you what I was doing. This was actually kind of a pain. To get this effect here, you can actually do this another way. So I'll show you what I was doing. I was coming in and I was placing a wall. If I can get the wall to go up where I want it. Does not really matter which side it's on. Come on. Oh my god, now I can't get it to go where I want it. Because I'm inside the object. Alright, well let me do this a little bit differently, just to show you what I was doing. I'm going to delete all this anyways. Alright, so you can come off like so. And this is just using normal walls because I thought this was the way you had to do this. So you would come like that, and then you go and put a hollow door on this side of the wall. Is that right? Nope, that's... shoot. Nope. Doing it wrong. So you put the wall up like that. So I've even forgotten my own trick. Put the hollow door there. And then what you would do is you'd come back to the prefab structures. And you would put your hallway up like that. And then you delete your door. And it would leave the panel in like so. I didn't realize that those would just snap right to it and give you that panel all on their own. I was doing way too much work apparently before. Okay, but that's 4th and 6th. Go back to doing this. But before I was doing this all with prefabs. Like if you go back to that last base, it's all prefabbed out. And I do like this hallway system a lot better. Of course, it would be nice if I was halfway decent PS4 player and could actually do this without totally messing everything up. But I am still learning. That's what this game is all about. Alright, so that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, let me check out the check out chat real quick. Some of your landing pads don't work sometimes. The only time I ever have a problem with landing pads is when I'm focused on the, like coming into a trading post. When it focuses on the word trading post, it won't let me land sometimes. But I really don't have too much problem with landing pads. Although I did just crush that little shuttle. Yeah, you can put the cuboids inside of anything. They'll sit on top of anything flat. So you're basically using a cuboid KJ and then just attaching the hallways to that? And then adding the biodomes to the ends of the hallways? So the cuboids will snap to like one of these hallways here? I guess they will. Look at that. Alright, so then... Well, I'm missing the pure ferrite to do that, but... Well, that's kind of cool, because if you do it like this, you don't have to use the four-way. What's the cost on a standard cuboid room? 200 pure ferrite for a regular cuboid, and then for the four-way intersection... See, the four-way intersection's 100, though. So this is actually a cheaper way of using the X-shaped corridors. Just from a thrifty perspective. And when you're using the four-way, it has kind of that glass-like look to it, but it's not actually glass. So you come off of there, okay. And then this should be a four-way there, and then a biodome off of each one. Okay, so I need to get a whole bunch more pure ferrite, magnetized ferrite, ferrite dust, and glass. And then I do like this little touch was something I never would have thought of doing, putting the little short walls so that you don't just bump over into the fall down into the thing. I thought that was a really nice touch on Sword's part. Alright, then I need to do... I need a portal first. Need some more microprocessors. Let's go to the ATM. I might have to move this whole thing though because of that one panel. Alright. I don't know why they always have these things facing away from you when you're building. It bugs the hell out of me. It bugs the hell out of me. I was going to say I should have a whole bunch of magnetized ferrite that I can convert. Alright, did I use up all the... Oh, I did use up all the glass there. Alright, so this is not the correct ship for it, but I'm going to switch all of this fungal mold over here. Put the ammonia on the starship too. The never-ending problem of running out of inventory. Oh, no problem, Meridius. No problem. Hit me up anytime. Yeah, I do know that the refiners have always been all sorts of crazy twitchy from what everybody says. Alright, so why can't I... There's no reason that that shouldn't be able to put a panel in. That kind of makes me mad. See, that'll snap to it, but it's not sticking out the back anywhere. Invalid position. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to have to... delete my ATM. Put it further in. Should probably put the wall up first. That would probably be the smart way to do it. Alright, so we've got the wall. And if we're coming up that way, I want the cuboid rim facing that direction. See, these are the things that I wish they would make snap to properly, or at least center up properly. That would make my life that much easier. Let's put our ATM back inside. Now, why is that an invalid position? Oh, that's why it wouldn't go through the wall. Okay, so the back of the GTT was causing the problem. Gotcha. Alright, let me check on this. Alright, so how would I turn the 100 mag ferrite into 300 pure ferrite instead of 125 to 250? What's the combo trick on that? Alright, so I have to make the rare. Gotcha. The problem I have with that is then I have to sit there and take the time to do it. Not that it's a horrible inconvenience or anything. I guess what I really should be checking too is whether or not they have pure ferrite in here. Nope. Let's see, like then I could also be doing the rusted metal into the pure ferrite, or the ferrite dust. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess it's just because I'm sitting here streaming that I'm worried about time. If I was doing this off camera, it really wouldn't bother me, because I'll spend, 2 or 3 hours up on the freighter doing whatever. Alright, so let's get the rusted metal in there. Get some more ferrite dust off of that. I was going to say, I should have more magnetized ferrite. And then O2 with that. Yes, then you got a 4-minute timer. Yeah, when you're doing the video work, I'm always concerned about time frame. But I guess I really shouldn't be, because it's just, it is what it is. Did I just put that in the wrong spot? 1, 2. Yes, I did. That first wall is between 5 and 6, not the end of 6. Shows you how much I was paying attention. All right. Never go where you want them to go. There we go. And I'm out of glass. Of course I am. If I'm not careful, I'm going to end up with these panels friggin' everywhere. Okay, so that's at least the roof. I need more glass for the glass panels. So I have to go up to the... Gotta go up to the freighter for a minute. Switch ships. Do I even have the freighter in system? Too close to the planet, my butt. See, I always think that's funny. From the actual planet surface, you can warp your freighter in almost atmospheric. But then when you come up here, you gotta come out to the middle of the first asteroid belt before you can get your... Really, you're gonna be a butt and scan me? Yeah, you can be a threat all you want there, buddy. Bring it. Get into the ship before they show up. I think I'm going to have to give them a relatively unpleasant surprise. Time to get in Kicking Bird. Where did you guys go? Oh, they don't want to play anymore. That's no fun. Okay. I've had it where when they come in on an approach, if you're in the landing sequence at the same time, they'll still warp in and start attacking your freighter. Or your freighter will start attacking them. Alright, let me see. What did I have on Dora? Don't know if I had any glass on her or not. No, I did not, but I did have frost crystal. So I will take that onto the exosuit. I believe I left it all on Builder. Or Bubbles, I was in Builder before. No, but I have pure ferrite. That'll work. Let's grab the pure ferrite and the ferrite dust, and might as well grab the rusted metal while I'm at it. A couple pieces of glass. Magnetized ferrite. Should be good for the moment. Getting ship confusion here, KJ. Look at all that nip-nip bud just waiting to be planted. Just waiting to be planted. What's really sad is I'm doing this whole base build not because I need another base, but because I needed the pyrite. Yeah, converting it back is not the problem, it's the actual creation of it. It's just the creation time that gets me. Blue screened.